So we're just under a week away now until we find out the official lineup for the next lot of free PlayStation Plus games. Now you lot are probably getting a bit impatient, even though granted, Fall Guys is so addictive. I've literally been playing it all day, every day for like the past day or two. And my wife's even been playing it to the point where she's stolen my son's PlayStation and we've removed her from her Xbox, which is a plus in my book. But yeah, it's about that time of the week where we're going to check out the PlayStation Store and see what awesome deals there are for you guys. Now, before anything though, if you are in the market for a new controller, make sure you check out my sponsor Controller Mods. There is a link down below that will give you more of a discount, and there's also a discount code as well. They do full custom modded controllers with the Dominator buttons, and they are amazing. Now, the store's had a little bit of a mix-up this week. There's not as many kind of sections to kind of look through. But the first one that we're going to check out is the PlayStation Plus discounts. Now, the first game that I've got to go for is a really awesome title, which, if I'm being honest, I'm surprised it's not been a PlayStation Plus title. It's a game called Slime Rancher. Now, this is pretty much a tycoon game with a little bit of a difference. So you start off with nothing, just you and like your little Hoover gun and little pens and little fruit trees growing around. You kind of have to go around the map and suck up the slimes, spit them out into the pens, and they kind of mate and make these little gem things. You get the gems, and that's your currency that you put in to kind of upgrade and get more stuff. There's loads of different kind of slimes, there's loads of different stuff around the map, and there's some pretty cool DLC for this as well to kind of make things just look a lot more cool. Now, this game itself is normally 16 quid, and it's currently on sale at the moment at 6.40. Now, for the price, it is definitely a must buy. It's probably one of the most addictive games that I've ever played on console. They kind of made a rip-off of it a bit ago with a game called Island Saver. It kind of reminded me of it with like very similar mechanics, and that was a free-to-play version. But Slime Rancher, yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. The second one that I'm going to go for is a remake came out for it recently, which I was a little bit disappointed with because I was expecting more. But the originals, for the price, they look really awesome. And it's Destroy All Humans. Both Destroy All Humans 1 and 2 are on sale at the moment for the exact same price. They're usually 16 quid. They're currently on sale at 2.40. 2.40 for these games is just a stupid price anyway. And pretty much it is what it is. You're an alien, you're going around destroying stuff, ripping out people's brains, taking over stuff, throwing cows around and destroying stuff. Pretty fun random game. Like I said though, they did do a remake for it which came out not too long ago. I was expecting more from it, but it is literally the exact same game with a graphic overhaul. So again, you can kind of choose which one you kind of rather go for. If you want to pay that extra cash to get the game to look better, then go for it. If you just want to experience the game for like 2 quid, why not? The next section we're going to look at is games under £9. Now, the first one that I've got to mention is a huge AAA game which is stupidly cheap at the moment, and it's Division 2. Now, granted, it is only the standard edition of the game. If you want the map extension Warlords of New York, you're going to have to buy it separate. But the standard game is normally 25 quid, so it's normally pretty cheap anyway, and it's currently on sale for less than 9 quid. This game is amazing. If you like your RPG games, the level up systems when you're looting, getting your gear and stuff, you'll love this game. For me personally, I preferred the first one, which is literally just because the way that the Dark Zone worked. I know they've done a bit of an overhaul and they mixed things up, but I still prefer the first one. It's just the original and I loved it. The second one, I played through the story, and once I completed it and got to max level, I kind of left it. Didn't mess around on it, didn't go in the Dark Zone, and I haven't really bothered with the DLCs and stuff either, which, yeah, maybe I should check them out because I enjoyed the game, but at the moment I've been playing other stuff, and again, it's less than 9 quid, so if you're looking for something new to play and you're into your RPG games, this one might be worth checking out. Next up, a really random fun game to play with your friends. Now, this is the kind of game that if we did a viewer play along stream, this would be an awesome one to get onto it. And it's a game called Uno. It's normally 8 quid, it's currently 3.99. Now, if you don't know what Uno is, it's a card game where it's hard to explain it because it's literally just going to be like talking about the rules, but you put a colour down, you put a number down, the next person kind of has to kind of either put the same colour or the same number to go through it. There's other cards where you can make players pick up more cards and skip turns and reverse and loads of weird stuff, and there's some DLC, the Rabbids one, which just makes it more stupid because, yeah, it's just really random. This game, to play it online, it can be okay, but you might struggle to get into a game with actual people, and most of the time you'll end up stuck with bots, which is a bit of an issue. It's one of them games that I personally only usually play it if I've got friends online, and it ends up being one of them days where no one wants to play anything, so it's like, shall we all play Uno, get a few beers, and yeah, have some fun. And it's usually pretty cool like that. So if you're into that sort of thing and you're looking for someone to actually play with real friends, then definitely check out Uno. Again, it's £4, and it's an awesome, awesome game. And the final one on this section, again, just another random fun game which you can just mess around on. It's a game called Totally Reliable Delivery Service. It's normally only £12 anyway. It's currently on sale for £7. The game is pretty much just ragdoll physics kind of thing, like human fall flat, but with other mechanics to it. There's vehicles, there's planes, there's helicopters, there's gliders, there's balloons, all sorts that you can kind of mess around with. But the aim of the game is to deliver parcels. I've played this game a few times, and I don't think I've ever actually set out to deliver a parcel. It's usually just messing about, grabbing fish, hitting people in the face with it, just exploring and messing about and being annoying with whoever it is that I'm playing with. Usually my little boy. He plays this game just because it's stupid, and I jump in his game just to annoy him and slap him across the face with a fish. Yeah, it entertains me. I am a horrible person. But yeah, if you're actually into playing the game properly, it's literally you get parcels that you have to deliver from one point of the map to another using the vehicles and whatever. Pretty cool, pretty random, pretty fun, and a decent price as well. But the final section that we're going to look at is games under £16. Now, the first game that I'm going to go for is a game that I still play to this day, even though it's pretty old, because of the fact that it's not died off. It's been out quite a long time, but it still gets updated, and they've got seasons on it, which means once you've kind of completed and got to a certain point and there's nothing left to do, you can disappear off and play something else for 6 months, and then a new season will start where there's new content and stuff, and that's Diablo 3. Now, this game's still normally £55 when it's not on sale, and at the moment it's $15.99. The gameplay that you've seen in the background is for Diablo, and it's an amazing, amazing RPG. It's another one where you start off at level 0, you kind of go through killing enemies, you can go through the story, or you can literally just do dungeons, and you kill enemies, loot, up your gear, try and get to max level. There's a leaderboard on it that resets every season where you try and get as high level in the dungeons as you can, try and get the best gear that you can, and then when everyone's kind of completed it, it dies off, no one touches it anymore, then a new season starts and it's amazing again. £16. If you're into RPGs and you've never played this, definitely check it out. Next one that I'm going to go for, which for some reason didn't appear in the last section, but I've got to mention it, is Battlefield 4. This game's at usually £16 when it's not on sale, which is a really cheap price anyway. It's currently $3.99. Battlefield 4 is the game that I never, ever, and I mean ever, delete. I always play it. It's my shooter that I go to when no one's online, just because I love it. I love the maps, I love the mechanics. Literally, there's a massive skyscraper on one of the maps where you can blow out the posts at the bottom, and you can sit there and just watch it fall, and everyone that's been running around inside it, fighting, trying to take over the capture point, or literally jump out and start parachuting. It's amazing. For £4, if you're into shooters, if you've never played it, definitely check it out. Now, before we finish up though, just a reminder to you guys, we set up membership on the channel. Now, it's not for content, it's just for perks. Now, when we do the viewer play along stream, we've got a few members in at the moment, and you'll notice them in the chats and stuff and in the live streams because they'll have like a little ghost next to the name. All it means is when we do a viewer play along stream, rather than having to go for a ticket and ask if you can play and kind of waiting for a turn and the possibility of not actually getting into a game, if you've got the ghost next to your name and you want to play, you get priority, you get to jump in the game, and everyone else kind of has to wait. We kind of do it differently. It's pretty cool, and for every multiplayer game that PlayStation Plus comes out with, we're going to be doing viewer play along streams, so if you want to play along, definitely check that out. But yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have a like, it'd be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.